that you were very high on this Archbishop Caroll basketball team. You really feel like it's got a chance to be one of the teams to win this tournament.
I'll tell you what, Coach Charlie Morgan and the Salem Spartans got their hands full. As I was about as impressed with Caroll from Washington, D.C. as I've been impressed with any team in quite some time that's come to the Arby'S Classic. I'm telling you, they don't have 1, 2, 3, 4 players. They can just keep right on going, right on down the list and keep bringing them in, and sometimes they just keep getting bigger and bigger, and as they come, they keep getting better sometimes.
Let me make a change for this Archbishop Caroll starting basketball squad. I believe we said Patrick Lawton will be starting. Well, of course, he's not a starter. He comes off the bench. The man I left off the starting five was a 6'3 junior, and how could I do this? David Hawkins, who's an outstanding basketball player, and it will be Newsom, Young, Adams, Brown, and Hawkins, the starting five for the Lions, who will be wearing their road green with white numerals and gold trim. They'll be moving away from us as we sit corner court. Now let's verify the Salem Spartan starting lineup. We were talking earlier in the day, of course, Charlie Morgan, a former assistant at Science Hill, the potential of, who knows, Charlie Morgan going up against his mentor, George Pitts.
Well, Charlie does a great job at Salem High School, and he's done a great job for the last 5 years. And he plays a lot like the Science Hill Hilltoppers. And it'll be almost mirror images of each other if Salem can come in here and win a big game tonight. But I tell you that, you don't want to say that, but I think they got an uphill battle. If they can score, they can play the defense, and they do a great job of that. But they got to do a little better job of shooting the basketball on the offensive end. They did in the first couple of games. But hey, they won those games, and today's another one. And you never know what will happen when you toss those kids out there and get them rolling.
Salem wearing the home white with maroon numerals and trim, and will be moving toward us here in this first half. One change in their lineup. Shiflett will not start. It will be Andre Villa, the 5'10 senior, starting for the Spartans. They're 5-1. Archbishop Caroll is 6-3.
Tony Johnson, Ron McEwen, and Tommy Arnold, the guys that are going to mediate this one.
Mediate, good word. Doing some figuring, the 8 teams that are in the quarterfinals of tonight's Arby'S Classic have a combined record of 72 wins and 16 losses. And to be blunt,
that's not all bad.
Not all bad at all. To be blunt about it, the 4 games that were played earlier today had a little bit to be desired, to say the least. We're going to see some great basketball here in these 4 quarterfinals.
No doubt about it.
It will be Hale jumping center against Calvin Brown. Joy of what should be an outstanding night of basketball, the quarterfinals of the 1998 Arby'S Classic, to see which 4 teams will advance to the semifinals tomorrow night. Tip will be controlled. This is Hawkins immediately for the Lions, driving, laying it up, no good, but he was fouled as he went to the basket.
Well, that didn't take long. They just tap it down toward the Lions end, and he takes off down the lane, and somebody reaches in and grabs him across the arm.
It's going to be Troy Johnson who will pick up the personal, his first, team's first, and we've played 4 seconds, and David Hawkins is at the line to try to convert the free throws. As the toss is in the air, and the toss is no good by Hawkins. Archbishop Caroll with the win over Dobbins-Bennett last Saturday. Hawkins had 25 points in that win. It might have been a rather quiet 25 as the toss by Hawkins is no good. Brown keeps the line but taps it out to Villa. Villa down the right side in the front court to Johnson. He's going to the hole. He's laying it up. No good. Offensive charge on Johnson.
Johnson a little bit out of control, as they do beat most of the Lions down the floor. But stepping up there, taking a punishment and getting a call for the Lions is Donnell Young.
So the foul will be on Johnson. That is his second. And we've only played 11 seconds. Inbounds pass to be triggered in, and it is so to Adams. Demeek Adams with the basketball. He'll bring it down the right side. Throws it down low to Brown. Bobbles the basketball, saves it, gets it out, saved Hawkins. Hawkins in the paint for a little 5-footer. Wipe it off. Offensive charge, Hawkins.
Yeah, turnabout's fair play. Stepping up there, planting those feet. Reggie Brown takes up 100 for the Spartans.
So it will give the Salem Spartans the basketball in rear court with 21 seconds gone by.
Now that we got all the charges out of the way, let's settle down and play something now.
Villa gets the ball to Rutledge. He'll work it back to Villa. Villa throws it into the front court to Johnson. They've got numbers. He'll dish it down low to Hale. Hale will reverse it underneath. Shot will not go, and rebounded by Calvin Brown, the big boy. Outlet pass goes to Adams. Adams down the right side in the front court. This is Adams on the wing. Out front, they'll work it to Hawkins. Hawkins comes back right side to Adams. Here's the lob down low on the block. This is Brown twirling, losing the handle on the basketball, and coming out there with it will be Hale for Salem. Hale gets the ball to Villa. Villa down the right side into the front court. Hits the trailing Hale. He looks left. Still with the basketball. Stands there with it. Now will dribble to the right. Backdoor cutting. There's Villa. He'll drive, lay it up, and can't get it to go down. Coming out there with the basketball will be Young. Young for the Lions. Gets the ball in the front court to Adams. He'll bounce it on the wing. This is for three by Newsom. In and out, no good. Rebound pulled out down low by Brown for Salem. Long lead pass to Rutledge to the hole. He'll lay it up. No good. Pulled down Hale. Hale gets grabbed across the arm by Newsom.
Now, the Spartans of Salem High have had 3 layups, and all have rolled around and rolled out of there. And finally, after a big offensive rebound, they'll go to the stripe, see if they can make some free ones.
Newsom picks up his first, team second. And it'll be Travis Hale at the line to shoot 2. One thing about it, Charlie Morgan's Spartans showing they want to get out and run if they have the opportunity.
And they've done that well so far, except they haven't finished them off.
Toss up by Hale is good. He will get another.
And looking across the way, watching very intently, top of our head man, George Pitts.
Andrew Rutledge checks in, a 6-foot sophomore for Salem. Toss is up, toss is no good by Hale. They scrap for the rebound, and there's Hawkins with the board.
And on the stage, also intently watching is Coach Bobby Snyder.
Here's Newsom pulling up for a 12-footer, no good from the baseline. Calvin Brown with the putback, no good. They scrap for it. They're going to get the Lions. Young coming over the back.
It's been one of those days shooting a basketball. Both teams have had some good looks at it, and so far, both of them have come up empty.
Jay Karima, 6'6" junior, will check into the lineup for Archbishop Caroll. The winner advances to tomorrow night's semifinal game. The loser will play at 12 noon tomorrow. Inbounds pass comes into Villa. Gets the ball over to Hale. Hale will lob it down the left side into the front court to Rutledge. He'll get it to Andrew Rutledge into the front court. Back to Adam Rutledge. Adam Rutledge back to Andrew Rutledge, left corner, passed on the 3. He'll take it left to right in the paint. Stops, forces it up from in front, left it short. Rebound, scrap 4, lost out of bounds. Off whom? They're going to say off the foot, I believe, of one of the Lions. It'll remain Salem basketball underneath their own hoop. I think it's Karima who actually touched it last.
Rutledge made a quick move into the paint. Came up just a touch short, but he follows his shot, gets a hand on it, and he goes off the lines out of bounds.
Villa will trigger it in along the baseline. Yet to get it in, and now get it in the corner to Andrew Rutledge. Make that Adam Rutledge, who backs out with the basketball. Gets the pick out front for Brown. This is Rutledge now dribbling to the left, stopping, now twirling out with the basketball, throwing it in the middle to Brown. Brown will challenge Hawkins down low, forces it up and in.
Oh, what a big power move as he takes it to the bank for the Spartans.
Reggie Brown with the lay-in, and it is 3-0 Salem. In backcourt with the basketball is Adams down the right side into the front court. Drives, tries to kick it down to the baseline, knocked away and out of bounds by the trailing Reggie Brown. It'll remain Lions basketball underneath their own hoop. 5:52 to go first period. Salem 3, Archbishop Caroll yet to get on the board. Here's the lob in left baseline to Karima. He'll work the ball out to Young, who will pop the 16-footer. No good. Followed back up. No good. As Newsom tried to tap it up, and coming out there with the rebound is Hale under extreme pressure, and now is going to be called for a travel.
Tell you what, not a place for the meek under those boards. They're really getting after it.
As into the lineup for Salem comes Dennis Haley, a 6'3" junior, to replace Travis Hale. It'll be Lions basketball, Caroll basketball underneath their own basket. Yet to get it in, they'll get it into Hawkins. Hawkins will put it up from underneath, no good. He'll follow his miss and put it in.
Hawkins with a big offensive rebound as he roars, soars, and scores for the Spartans.
On the other end, Rutledge drives, lays it up, no good, but he's going to be fouled by Karima.
Just like that. I said the Spartans score on the other end. That was a line. Spartans bring it back the other way. Get down along that baseline. They don't get to roll again, but at the stripe we go. And you're exactly right. The Spartans are taking that thing and getting it up to midcourt very, very quickly in those long passes. And about 4 trips down the floor already, they've been behind the line defense.
Toss is up by Rutledge, rattles, drops. This is Andrew Rutledge, the sophomore. He gets it to go, and into the lineup for the Spartans comes Trey Shiflett, the 6' senior, and into the lineup comes Cody Gordon, 6'2", a senior for Archbishop Caroll.
That was the good news, that they were able to get behind the line defense. The bad news is they haven't been able to convert on any of the layups that they've had.
Toss in the air by Rutledge is good. He hits them both. Arby's Classic, you know, is big time when you got vendors going through the stands selling. In backcourt with the basketball, this is Gordon. He'll get the ball over to Adams down the left side in the front court, throws it in the corner to Young. Young with the basketball. He'll penetrate in, travels. Young will be called for dragging his pivot foot. The turnover will give the ball back to the Spartans. And
the Salem Spartans really getting after it on the defensive end.
Keith Rockford, 6'1" sophomore, checks into the lineup. We'll probably see some pretty good basketball these first couple of games simply because the fact the teams are well rested. They haven't played since Saturday. 5-2 Salem. It'll be Shiflett who will bring the ball into the front court. Shiflett left, Shiflett driving to the right, bounces it in the corner to Rutledge, who tries to drive baseline, gets shut off by Newsom. Out to Shiflett, knocked away. Coming out there with the basketball is Adams. Adams down the left side, drives to the hole, lays it up and in.
Adams with a great play in the passing lane as he steals, wheels, and deals.
5-4 Salem on the steal by Demeek Adams. There is Rutledge out front with the basketball. Rockford at the head of the key. Backdoor cutting. Rutledge gets the feed, lays it up, can't get it to go. He scraps for the rebound, throws it back in. This is Haley for a little 5-footer, no good. And finally Hawkins comes out there with it for Caroll. Outlet pass to Adams. Adams down the right side. Adams will kick it across left side to Newsom on the wing. Fakes the three, drives, puts it up from the left side. Good.
Oh, made a great move, made a great fake. Got the defender off on his toes just a little bit, and he flies right on by.
Archbishop Caroll with their first lead at 6-5, and now here's a pass knocked away and out of bounds by a reaching in Lion. Here comes into the lineup Patrick Lawton, the 6'6 junior for the Lions, and checking in for the Spartans will be Chris Connor, 6'2 a junior. Both coaches trying to keep their teams fresh. Demetrius Simons, a 6-foot junior, also checking in for the Lions. And here comes Johnson into the lineup for the Spartans. Well, they're not going to allow Simons to come in yet. Inbounds pass to be triggered in by Connor. Yet to get it in. Now we'll bounce it into Shiflett. Stolen away Hawkins. Hawkins then loses the handle on it, and coming out there with the basketball will be Connor, who hands the ball back. No, Connor will bring it into the front court. Connor will throw it down low, got it in the air in no man's land. It's intercepted and stolen Newsom.
Cardinals in a basketball. Leave the floor with nowhere to go.
Here's Gordon bringing the ball into the front court. Cody Gordon hands the ball back to Adams. Adams at the center jump circle, picked up defensively by Johnson. It's 6-5 Caroll. Left side now they'll work the ball to Hawkins. Hawkins comes back across to Gordon. Gordon down low underneath with the basketball is Lawton. Lawton kicks it on the wing. This is for three by Adams. Shot it long. Rebound tapped around. Hawkins has it. Hawkins for the Lions kicks it out. This is Gordon. Shuffles his feet. Turns it over.
5 turnovers apiece as both defenses controlling this one so far.
Manuel Lewis, a 6'2 sophomore, checks in for the Spartans. Donnell Young checks in. Here comes Simons in, and also coming back in will be Adam Rutledge. Both coaches really shuffling players in and out. We've played just about half of the first quarter. The Lions have already used 9 players. The Spartans have used 11. You'd better know the roster if you're going to call this one. And I don't know him. Lewis throws it, intercepted by Lawton. Lawton down the left side. Lawton kicks it back to the trailer, laid up and in by Hawkins.
Lawton makes a play in a passing lane to knock it loose, take it the other way, 2-on-1 fast break, lay it up and in.
6 unanswered by Caroll. It's 8-5. Driving, here's the feed down low, knocked away, scrap 4. Coming out there with it is Lawton. Lawton down the left side, bounce feed to Hawkins, back to Lawton, who then loses it out of bounds.
1 pass too many there. Lawton had it on the right side, 2. Lost his number there. But anyway, they got it on the right side and just fumbled it out of bounds.
It was Hawkins who had it and knocked it back over to Lawton, and Lawton fumbled it. Into the front court with the basketball, Adam Rutledge. Rutledge to the right side. Rutledge with the basketball picked up defensively by Lawton. He'll penetrate and pop. 15-footer in the air. Good.
He can play. Give him a little bit of space, a little crossover dribble, a little runner in the lane.
Adam Rutledge with his first points. It's 8-7 in favor of Archbishop Caroll with 3 minutes to go, first period. With the basketball, this is Simons. Simons will dribble around to the left. Gets it in the corner to Lawton, looking into Hawkins. Instead, will come back to Simons. Now gets it to Hawkins. Hawkins works it across court, intending his pass for Gordon. Knocked away and stolen. It's Johnson with the steal. Outlet pass to Shiflett. Back it goes right side. Laid up. No good by Haley. Knocked down and coming out of there with it will be Gordon the other way. Left side with the basketball. Lawton. Lawton will drive baseline. Goes all the way underneath. Has it blocked by Haley, but they're going to call the foul on Haley.
Oh, Haley way above the rim will swat that one out of there, but evidently hit him down low. They're going to call it on Haley, but boy, was he way up there.
Haley will pick up his first, team's third. Charlie Morgan will continue substituting as soon as possible, but Lawton's at the line to shoot 2.
Spartans have missed 6 layups so far.
So Patrick Lawton, the 6'6 junior. Toss is up, toss is good. As here comes Reggie Brown, and here comes Andre Villa back into the lineup to replace Haley and Shiflett in the Spartans lineup. And at the stripe to shoot will be Lawton. Lawton's toss rattles, no good. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by the Spartans, so it will be Caroll basketball. The trigger, the inbounds will be Simons. Throws it in the middle to the cutting Hawkins. He'll twirl back into the paint, and as he does so, he'll be grabbed.
Kevin Newsom reaches in there, get a hand on it. Actually, that was Villa reaches in and gets a hand on it. And the foul.
That'll be on Villa, his first, team's fourth. Caroll will have it, continue to have it underneath their own basket. To trigger it in, Simons. He'll lob it into Hawkins, same play, loses the handle on it. Coming out there with the basketball will be Brown. Brown for the Spartans, bobbles it. Now we'll have to back out with the basketball as the defense sets up. He goes baseline to Villa, open for a 12-footer. It won't go. Rebound tapped around in low. Villa comes out there with it. Villa drives. He'll put it up. It will and go down. Excuse me.
Big offensive rebound. Villa will take it along the baseline, and nothing but the webbing.
Got the kind bounce to go down. It's 9-all. Here's Hawkins driving, knocked away by Rutledge, saved along the baseline by Young, who drives, lays it up, no good, but he was fouled.
Quickly, the Lions get it back down the floor, get it into the lane, get it down underneath. They don't get the roll, but we have a foul.
It's on Lewis, his first, team's fifth. And he'll send Donnell Young to the line to shoot two. With 2:03 to go in his first period of play. It is Nike poster night. So if you're coming to the Arby's right now for the quarterfinal session, get yourself a poster as you come in. Michael Jordan, among others. A toss is up and no good by Young. He'll get another. Here comes Dominique Vini into the lineup. 6'3", a senior for Caroll. Shiflett's back in, as is Hale back in for the Spartans. So it'll be Young to try another one. Toss is in the air, toss is good. Young hits one of two. It is 10-9, Caroll. 2 minutes to go, first period. In backcourt, this is Brown, gets the ball over to Rutledge, who gets it into the front court, loses the handle on it. Scrap four, lost out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Rutledge. It'll belong to Caroll, side rear court.
8 turnovers apiece now.
And so it will be Caroll basketball. To trigger it in, Lawton will get it into Simons in backcourt. Simons will work the ball up the floor, guarded by Villa, with 1:50 to go in his first period. Simons down the right side into the front court. He'll twirl left, get it out head of the key to Young. Young with the basketball. Comes back right side to Gordon. And then away from the play, a whistle, and we got a foul. And it looks like it's going to be an illegal pick set away from the play, maybe on Lawton.
Indeed it was. He stuck that knee out there, hooked him just a little bit. Offensive foul, turnover number 9.
Lawton's first, team foul number 5. With 1:40 to go in this first period of play. Demeek Adams checks into the lineup. You now have Adams, Young, Newsom, Lawton, and Vini out there right now for the Lions, as it'll be Villa who will bring the ball into the front court. Villa crosses the time stripe, lobs it into the cutting Rutledge. He'll take it down the paint. He'll lay it up. Can't get it to go. They scrap for the rebound. Coming out there with it is Lawton. Outlet pass right side. This is Adams. Adams drives down, and as he does so, they may call an offensive charge on Adams, and that indeed what it'll be.
Stepping up there, planting a feet. Shiflett gets a call for Coach Charlie Morgan and company.
So indeed, Adams assessed the first personal, 6th team foul. And it'll give the Spartans the basketball in rear court.
7 layups now missed by the Spartans.
Bringing the ball up the floor will be Villa. Villa down the right side into the front court. Villa on the wing. Villa looks in low, can't find anybody, bounces it out to Shiflett between the rings with 1:12 to go. This is Shiflett driving. Shiflett will force it up from in front. No good. Rebound pulled out inside Newsom for the Lions. Newsom for Caroll down the right side into the front court. Newsom pulls up on the wing, bounces it back to Adams. He'll get it out front. This is for 3 by Lawton. He gets the shooter's bounce.
The great shooters always get the roll. Hits up front, hits the board, and then it drops through the webbing.
13-9. Here's Shiflett pulling up on the other end for a 10-footer. That's no good. Lawton comes down with the rebound. Lawton gets the ball to Adams. May have got away with the travel. He'll bring it down the right side into the front court. Comes ahead of the key to Lawton. Here's the lob in the middle to Vinny. Back to Lawton for 3 from the head of the key. Yes!
And it goes downtown. Leroy Brown.
Back-to-back threes by Lawton. We were told the kid can shoot the ball. There's no doubt about that. Here's Shiflett with the basketball. 16-9 in favor of Archbishop Caroll. This is Shiflett driving baseline, backing out with it. Now getting it into the middle to the cutting Hale, who will lay it up. No good, but he's fouled as he went.
Great cut Hale as he goes down the lane. Good pass from the corner. Shiflett, get it into the lane. You don't get the roll, but you're shooting too.
Foul will be against Lawton, his second, team foul number 7. And, well, just as you predicted, the athleticism and size of this Archbishop Caroll team playing some havoc right now with the Salem Ball Club. Hale at the stripe to shoot a couple. The toss by Hale is up and good. As here comes Calvin Brown back into the lineup for Caroll. Also checking in is Steven Savoy, a 6-foot junior for the Lions. And now both Rutledges are in the lineup, Adam and Andrew for Salem. And it's Travis Hale who's at the line to shoot. Shot by Hale is no good. Rebound pulled out by Brown. That's Brown for Archbishop Caroll. Outlet pass to Savoy down the left side. Savoy will slow it up. Kick it out front now to Young, who saves it in the paint, forces it up from 12 feet. It's no good. Pulled down in low by Young. He'll put it back up, no good. They scrap for the rebound, knocked away and out of bounds. They say off Salem. It'll remain Caroll basketball underneath their own basket with 3.8 seconds to go in this first period.
Offensive rebounding. Those lines crash that glass.
Trigger the inbounds will be Young. The lob into Brown. Brown loses the handle on it. It's going to be chased down and saved. Newsom will throw one up at the buzzer. That hits the rim, no good. And that'll be the end of this first period of play. We'll take a 60-second break, but telling you the score after one is Archbishop Caroll 16, Salem 10. Getting ready to go to low power. First quarterfinal of the night, first quarter. Archbishop Caroll leads Salem 16-10. 7 points by Lawton led the way for the Lions. 5 different players with 2 points each scoring for the Spartans.
3 of 14 from the field for the Spartans, 21%, and 6 of them layups that they missed. 4 of 6 from the charity stripe, 67 there. Did not shoot a 3. For Archbishop and the Lions, 6 of 15, 40% from the floor. 2 of 6. Guys, you got to make your free ones. 33% there. 2 of 5 from three-point range. They had 10 turnovers, did the Lions.
Salem with the basketball. They work it around under extreme pressure. They get the ball into Andrew Rutledge's hands, and as he comes up with it, he's going to be assessed a charge.
Coach Charlie Morgan off the bench yelling. He's not happy about that one. He's out near the mid-court stripe. Now he goes on back toward his bench. 9 turnovers now for the Spartans.
Andrew Rutledge with his first personal, team 6th. In backcourt, this is Adams, who gets it over to Young. Young down the right side into the front court, has the ball knocked away, scrap for, fought for, saved by Rutledge, but then he throws it into the front court. Retrieving it is Haley, but knocked away by Newsom, and as Newsom tries to save it from going out of bounds, he's on the baseline. It'll give the ball to Salem underneath their own basket.
Tell you, a lot of quickness out here on this floor here tonight on both teams, and we're going to see a lot of turnovers, and we already have 11 for the Lions and 9 for the Spartans.
This is Rutledge. Backdoor cutting Haley. He'll lay it up. No good, but he was fouled.
I'm telling you what, they've had it down there all night long. This time they don't get the roll, but again, we get a foul, and back to the stripe we go.
It'll be Calvin Brown picking up his first, team's 8th. And at the stripe to shoot 2 will be Dennis Haley. 16-10, Caroll leads over Salem. Toss is in the air, toss is good. Haley hits the first. Into the lineup comes Hawkins for Archbishop Caroll, and into the lineup comes Troy Johnson to replace Andrew Rutledge for Salem.
And we're beginning to fill up in here, guys. Told you earlier we're going to have a packed house. You better get on down here.
Shot by Haley is good. He gets his first 2 of the night. It is 16-12. In backcourt with the basketball, this is Savoy. Throws it along the sideline, intending his pass for Newsom. Off his shoulder, out of bounds.
He was ready to throw it underneath the Brown, but he got to catch it first before you throw it.
Coach Holmes just turned right around and looked up here at us in total frustration. Here's the lob in, knocked away by Rutledge, but chased down and retrieved by Hawkins. So there's another turnover. Hawkins in the front court. Hawkins hit the key, shuffles left, shuffles right, loses the handle on it. Saved, though, by Young. Young with the basketball gets it to Savoy. All alone on the left side is Newsom, and nobody wants to give him the basketball. Newsom stood over there this entire time, and nobody even looked at it. Left corner with the basketball, Newsom. Down low to Hawkins. He'll put it up. Blocked from behind and out of bounds by Haley.
Great recovery, Haley, as Hawkins takes it along the baseline. Thought he had himself a layup, but the Salem Spartans had other ideas.
Hawkins jitterbugged all over the head of the key, but never did even look to the left for Newsom, who was wide open. Left side with the basketball. This is Savoy, who hands the ball back to Young. Check that. That is Adams. Adams right side of the key. Adams works it across to Newsom. Newsom left side. Newsom comes back across right side to Brown. Brown with the basketball. Comes back across to Savoy. Savoy now will bounce it across to Hawkins, who saves it. Hawkins penetrates, kicks it along the baseline to Brown. Brown will save it, put it on the floor, get it back out. Savoy head of the key for three. Shot rims out, no good. There's Villa with the rebound for Salem. Villa with the basketball, long lead pass Rutledge. Rutledge, oh, they had Haley going back door and didn't get it to him. Here's Villa out front to Lewis. Lewis head of the key, backs out with the basketball. You're talking about some size there. How about Brown and Lewis? Here's Lewis driving in on Brown. Here's Lewis to the hole. Here's Lewis swatted away by Brown out of bounds. It'll remain Salem basketball.
Turnabout's fair play as Brown way off the floor to get a big paw on that one.
Lewis listed at 6'2", Brown at 6'5", but they both are space eaters.
He could play in the offensive line somewhere, couldn't he?
I think so. Here's Rutledge to trigger it in. Gets it into Johnson. Johnson left baseline. Kicks it in the middle. Lead backdoor to Johnson, who couldn't get it to go down. He scraps for it as he tumbles to the floor. Gives the ball to Haley, who then has his shot blocked. They're going the other way, the Lions. This is Hawkins driving, laying it up, no good. Hawkins follows his miss, no good. Tipped up, no good. They scrap for it down low. There's Brown putting it up and in.
4 opportunities for the Lions. Finally, they get it off the glass into the basket.
18-12. Down the right side, this is Johnson. Johnson gets the ball, that's Villa who gets it out to Johnson. Johnson along the right sideline, takes it right to left between the rings. He'll come back right side to Villa. Villa gets it down low on the wing to Rutledge. Rutledge twirls, pops. 10-footer in the air, won't drop. Rebound, scrap for, fought for. Rutledge has it. Rutledge puts it back up and in.
Oh, Rutledge stays after it. Comes right back to him. Right back up there he goes. Nothing but the bottom of the sack.
Inbounds pass comes in to Savoy, who gets hammered by the reaching in Rutledge. That'll be his first, team 7th, a 1-and-1 on the other end for Savoy.
Rutledge trying to get into the passing lane. He's just about 2 steps late and runs all over him, and he'll go to the strike.
So Savoy, who's yet to score, will be at the stripe to shoot the 1-and-1. With 5:13 to go in his first half of play. Archbishop Caroll on top, 18-14. Up next, Science Hill takes on Daniel Boone. Then the last couple quarterfinals later on this evening. Toss is in the air. Toss is no good. Coming out there with the rebound will be Rutledge. He's been their workhorse. To Villa down the right side. Johnson. Johnson dishes it in the middle. Lewis. Check that. Haley bobbles the basketball, saves it, then has it stripped away and stolen by Newsom. Gets the ball to Adams. Adams will push it down the right side into the front court. Gets it to Newsom, right corner. Newsom with the basketball. Back to Adams. Out front, head of the key, Hawkins. Hawkins comes back right side to Adams, to Hawkins. Left side now, Savoy. He'll drive baseline. Gets underneath. Kicks it back in the middle to Brown. Brown has it stripped away by Villa, and they're going to call the foul on Villa.
Coach Charlie Morgan runs up the sideline, finally finds himself a seat. He wasn't very happy about that transition there.
Well, they're going to call a foul on Rutledge. That'll be his second, team foul number 8, but sure did look like Villa to me is the one that stuck the hand in there.
He did. He knocked it loose, but evidently Brown got shoved from behind.
Here's the first one by Brown. It's good. He'll get another. As into the lineup comes Dustin Matthews, the 6-foot junior for the Caroll Lions, and back in comes Travis Hale for the Spartans.
Charlie Morgan must have screamed and he wanted to sit down before the officials looked over here. He was hustling to get to his seat.
That's the second time tonight he's done that. Shiflett will check into the lineup, replacing Villa. And at the stripe to shoot will be Brown, who just paused the basketball like a softball. Shot in the air, shot is good.
Got a good touch.
Brown hits them both. It is 20-14 in favor of Archbishop Caroll. The triggered in will be Hale. Hale will get it into Shiflett.
You know, I'm just amazed that we don't see more of Lawton than we do.
Hale, Shiflett. Shiflett throws it in the front court. Johnson down the left side, throws it across court. Stolen away. Newsom, who saves it from going out of bounds and fleeks it back into Gordon. Gordon gets the ball to Adams, and Adams will bring it into the front court. This is Adams down the right side. Adams drives. He'll go baseline. He'll go all the way underneath. He'll force it up from underneath. Has it blocked by Haley. Retrieved momentarily by Gordon, but then stolen away. Johnson, lead pass to Shiflett, who will lay it up and in.
Oh, Shiflett gets a basket. Johnson makes a play with a great pass.
20-16. Inbounds pass to be triggered in by Gordon. Gets the ball to Matthews. Quickly into the front court. Matthews behind the back. Matthews free throw line. Bounce pass left side. Hawkins for the layup. Good.
Hawkins gets the layup, but this time Matthews makes a great play. Behind the back dribble. Take it down the lane. Great bounce pass. Lay it up and in.
Hawkins just didn't come up to the defensive end. Here's Shiflett driving, forcing it up. No good. Coming out there with the basketball is Newsom. He'll get the ball out to Adams. Adams down the right side into the front court. Adams on the wing. Adams backs out. Now gets it in the corner to Newsom. Newsom out front, it comes to Gordon. Gordon looks left. There's Matthews. Matthews for three from the left wing. Yes.
Oh, as he goes downtown for the Lions.
Matthews with the tray. 25-16, Archbishop Caroll.
Lawton checks into the game for the Lions. Starts the second quarter, makes 2 threes, and he sits back down.
Here's a steal. Out of there with it is Hawkins. Hawkins shuffles down low, puts it up, good, and he was fouled.
Oh, and made a great move, and you're exactly right. Shuffle down low as he takes it down the right side. Quick crossover dribble, take it down the lane, take it to the house, and a foul.
Adam Rutledge will pick up his third, the team's ninth. And with 3:18 to go in the first half, Andrew Rutledge will check in. And at the line to try to convert the three-point play will be David Hawkins. 27-16, largest lead of the game. Toss in the air by Hawkins now, and the toss by Hawkins is good. 28-16, and a dozen-point lead now for Archbishop Caroll out of Washington, D.C.
8-point run. Was it not 20-16?
It was indeed 20-16. Inbounds pass triggered in, stolen away underneath by Hawkins, who then gets fouled by Haley as he gets to put it up.
He just reaches out with a big paw and claims that one. Takes it up and reaching in to hack him across the arm. I believe it's Haley.
And so it will be indeed Haley who picks up the personal, and Hawkins will be at the stripe to shoot two. That's the 10th team foul on the Spartans with 3:17 to go in this first half of play. Toss is at the line. The Hawkins at the line. The toss is good. And he'll get another. Hawkins now with 10. And the next one in the air by Hawkins is good. He hits them both, and it's a 14-point lead now for Archbishop Caroll. Inbounds pass, knocked away, saved though by Shiflett. Shiflett knocks it over to Haley. Haley loses the handle on it, saves it on the baseline, puts up the 12-footer, no good. Out of there with the rebound is Simons. Long lead pass, Hawkins bounces it to Newsom. Newsom tries to dish it back, but as he does so, they're going to call a block on one of the Spartans.
Boy, they're quick. So very quick after a rebound. Get it to midcourt, take it down the right side. The Spartans try to get back, but they cannot get back in time. And, of course, they slide in front and get the block call.
Andrew Rutledge assessed the foul this time. And at the stripe to shoot will be Newsom, a pair. Newsom's toss, left it short, he'll get another. Here comes Viab into the lineup, and also Reggie Brown back into the lineup for Salem. And Newsom will try his second. Newsom's toss, good. It's one of two. He's got three. It is 31-16 with 3 minutes to go. In backcourt, Rutledge gets it into the front court down the right side. Picks up his dribble. Gets it back to the trailing Villa. Villa will shuffle in. Passed on the wide open three. Gets it back to Rutledge. He'll drive. He'll pull up. He'll pop a 13-footer. No good. Rebound scrap four. Fought four. Knocked away and out of bounds. Last touched by Newsom for Caroll. And it'll belong to the Spartans underneath their own basket.
Tell you, the Spartans have got some good looks at it. They've not made too many of them, though. They're 5 out of 20.
And now away from the play, we have a whistle and a foul called on the inbounds. And let's see who this one's going to go against. Hawkins took a tumble. And
I believe it's on Reggie Brown, 5'10" senior for the Spartans.
I believe you're right.
And he got the worst end of it. I believe he got a bloody nose out of the deal. Tough, isn't it?
And it is on Reggie Brown, his first, and it will be a two-shot opportunity. And right now we've got a timeout being called. While we have this moment, let me remind you about the East Tennessee Football Clinic sponsored by CMT Sporting Goods. CMT Sporting Goods and the Big East Football Conference have teamed together to offer the football coaching staffs in the area a very special weekend in Pigeon Forge in Tennessee at the Holiday Inn, January 7th, 8th, and 9th. Sponsored by CMT Sporting Goods. A chance for you to purchase football equipment needs for $19.99 at the lowest price of the year. And it will be a great football clinic with some top names there to, for lack of a better term, lecture you during this clinic. That'll be January 7th, 8th, and 9th at the Holiday Inn in Pigeon Forge. If you'd like more information, contact Jerry Hagee or Reggie Pope at CMT Sporting Goods, 652-2688 in Bristol, or 1-800-422-5287. Those numbers again, 652-2688 or 1-800-422-5287. At the line will be Cody Gordon to shoot two. Toss is in the air, toss is good. And now checking in comes Xavier Lataya, 6'8", a junior. Well, he won't be checking in. He must be checking in for the shooting Gordon. Toss is in the air. Toss is short, an air ball, as a matter of fact. It goes out of bounds. Lataya will come in to replace Gordon. Also, Donnell Young will check in to replace Newsom for the Lions. 32-16. Archbishop Caroll on top by 16 points with 2:45 to go in this first half. In backcourt, this is Hale. Gets the ball over to Connor. He'll get the ball back to Hale, who gets it in the front court to Rutledge. Rutledge drives, kicks it along the baseline to Brown. He will lay it up. No good, but he was fouled as he went.
Good ball movement this time again by the Spartans. Get it down along the baseline, get it underneath the basket with a little triangle pass. Again, they cannot get the ball to go in, but they do get fouled, and back to the stripe we go.
So Lataya will be assessed the foul. That'll be his first, team's ninth. And Reggie Brown is at the line to shoot a pair. First by Brown is no good. Second one up by Brown is no good. A scrap for it. Coming out there with it is Lataya. He'll work the ball out to Simons, who gets it in the front court to Young, who has the ball stripped away and stolen. Coming the other way is Rutledge. Rutledge down the right sideline. Still dribbling the basketball. Gets it to the wing. Still dribbling it. Still dribbling it. Guarded by Young, and then has the ball knocked away and out of bounds by Young.
Almost a 5-second call there. Could have been maybe that many seconds. You think?
Maybe a day. It'll be Villa to trigger it in. Villa gets it in. Brown drives. He'll force it up from the right side. Good.
Brown goes to work on the inside. Pretty good set there on that inbounds play by Coach Charlie Morgan and company.
Reggie Brown, 32-18, just over 2 minutes to go. In backcourt with the basketball, this is Simons. Throws it in the front court. Knocked away. Rutledge gets it out to Villa. Villa for the layup. Good.
The Spartans going to work on defense. 15th turnover, and as a result, they get another layup.
32-20. Here's the inbounds retrieved by Hawkins. Hawkins with the basketball. Man, got away with a little shuffling there, but this is Hawkins bringing it down the right side into the front court. Picks up his dribble, floats it out, intercepted. Coming out there with it is Villa. Villa down the right side. Villa to the hole. Villa will lay it up. No good, but followed by Hale. No good. They scrap for it, fight for it. Nobody has it as of yet, and finally Hawkins comes out there with the basketball, and they're going to call a foul on a reach-in, probably on Villa.
Charlie Morgan takes another long walk. Telling you what, you cannot do it any better. They forced 3 turnovers, have the Spartans brought it the other way, and 1 layup out of the 3 turnovers that they've made. They've had 3, just cannot get them to go.
Villa's second. It'll be a 2-shot opportunity on the other end.
They forced 16 turnovers. Now, the Spartans of Salem High, and they've had a lot of looks at it, and yet they've scored only 20 points.
You know, the stat of turnovers forced and points off turnovers, a lot of turnovers forced, but I don't think too many points off of it.
I think 2 baskets as a result.
Hawkins will attempt the 2 free throws. Tosses in the air by Hawkins, and it is no good as it rims out. So he'll get another. And here comes Gordon in the lineup. Here comes Newsom. Here comes Adams, and here comes into the lineup as well Simons for the Lions. And it will stay Hawkins at the charity stripe. Hawkins with 11 points, looking for 12. Tosses up, tosses good. He hits 1 of 2. Pushes the lead back out to 13 with a minute and a half to go in the half. Inbounds pass comes in to Johnson. Johnson quickly into the front court. Johnson drives, dishes it down low to Lewis. He'll lay it up and in.
There's another layup as they beat them down the floor again. Great pass down underneath as they get a layup again.
Here's a bad, or I should say a lost ball off the hand of Adams. He was double teamed in backcourt. Ball came up on him. He just lost the handle on it out of bounds. Turnover gives it to Salem.
17 of those turnovers now for the Lions of Archbishop.
Inbounds pass to Johnson. Johnson will work it out high to Rutledge. Rutledge between the rings. Rutledge with the basketball. Dribbles to the left, gets it on the wing to Villa. Here's the feed down low to Brown. He'll back in. He'll force it up. Can't get it to go, but he's fouled.
Made a good move with his back to the basket. Big power move into the lane. And again, right near the basket. Just cannot get it to go down, but he gets a foul and shoots 2.
Foul is going to go against Adams. That'll be his second, team's 10th. And at the line to shoot 2 will be Reggie Brown. Brown missed both free throws a few moments ago. 33-22, Archbishop Caroll in front.
The Spartans have taken 28 shots and only 5 outside the paint. And they've made only 7 baskets.
Toss is up. Toss is no good by Brown. Into the lineup for Caroll comes Dustin Matthews once again. So Reggie Brown will get another opportunity, where he is 0 for 3 thus far. This one's up, no good. Rebound pulled out in low by Newsom. Newsom for the Lions, they've got numbers. Newsom loses the handle on it. Coming out there with the basketball will be Villa. Gets the ball to Brown, lead pass right side. Rutledge bobbles it, loses it out of bounds, but there is Gordon to knock it away and out of bounds, so it'll remain Spartans basketball.
Yeah, he was looking underneath the basket and had no one to throw it to. Tried to grip it back. Fortunately for the Spartans, it goes off one of the lines out of bounds.
Tell you what, the Spartans have dodged a lot of bullets and are still in this thing. Inbounds pass. Was it tipped? No. They're going to say just a bad pass out of bounds by Villa, and it'll give the ball to Caroll, side rear court.
And that's turnover number 14 for the Spartans. I guess when you have 2 great defenses with a lot of quickness, you're going to have a lot of turnovers, and that's what we've had during this first half.
Haley checks in. Brown checks out. Inbounds pass yet to be made. It is now to Matthews, who gets the ball to Newsom. Newsom in backcourt with 50 seconds to go. This is Newsom. Into the front court, throws it down low, batted away, stolen away momentarily by Lewis, and then goes out of bounds, last touched by Lewis. It'll remain Caroll basketball.
Great hustle, Lewis, to get in the passing lanes. Got in there just enough to get a fingertip on it and knock it out of bounds.
So it will be Caroll basketball along the baseline. Inbounds pass to be triggered by Simons. Lobs it in the middle to Hawkins for the layup. Good.
Oh, they just in there watching him this time as he spins into the lane. He'll roar, soar, and score for the Lions.
14 points now for Hawkins. Into the front court with the basketball. This is Troy Johnson with a half minute to go in his first half. Circles around to the right, gets it in the middle to Lewis. Lewis wasn't expecting the pass, loses the handle on it. Outlet pass intended for Simons, knocked away but saved by Matthews, who puts it up with the left hand. Good.
Showtime at the Classic as he does a little hang dive here. Fake it in front, take it around behind, lay it off the glass. What a play.
37-22. Into the front court with the basketball. This is Villa twirling right. Gets bumped pretty good. No whistle. Coming out there with it is Matthews. He'll just throw it down the floor blindly. Retrieved by Hawkins, who puts it up off the side of the backboard, but he's fouled as he shot the basketball.
As the first half comes to a close.
With no time remaining and the horn sounding, the foul will be assessed against Andrew Rutledge, his third, and that will send Hawkins to the line to shoot 2 with no time remaining. The last minute and a half has been a nightmare for Charlie Morgan and the Spartans. And at the line to shoot will be Hawkins. They'll move everybody away from the stripe, or from the paint, I should say. And Hawkins will be at the line. Hawkins eyes the mark, pulls the trigger on the first one, and it is no good as it rims out. By the way, we'll have this evening's stock market report for you here in this first break during halftime of this contest. First quarterfinal of the evening, and the toss in the air by Hawkins, his second, is no good. He missed them both. So that'll be the end of the first half of play. We will take a 2-minute break, a 2-minute timeout, but telling you the score at the half is Archbishop Caroll 37, Salem 22. Well, wait a minute. I got 38 here. I got 39. That's not right. 15, 19, 20, 30, 38.
I've got 16, 22 there.
No, I got 37. I'll fix the net for the guy. Good thing I can monitor.
What you do about fall?
And back here at the Arby's Classic, it is halftime of our first quarterfinal, and it finds the Archbishop Catholic Lions leading Salem by a count of 37 to 22, a 15-point lead. It was a 6-point game at the end of the first quarter, finding the Lions in front. They have just been able to build on the lead and expand it out to 15 here at the half. Taking a look at the individual, take a look at the individual scoring for Archbishop Caroll. David Hawkins has 14. Patrick Lawton with 7. 5 for Dustin Matthews. 4 points for Calvin Brown. 5 points for Dustin Matthews, as I said. 4 points for Calvin Brown. 3 points for Kevin Newsom. 2 points for Demeek Adams and a single point each for Donnell Young and Cody Gordon. For the Spartans, they are led 4 points apiece by Reggie Brown, Adam Rutledge, and Andre Villa. 3 points for Travis Hale and 2 points for Trey Shiflett, Andrew Rutledge, Dennis Haley, and Manuel Lewis.
And shooting percentages, as it have been all day, a little bit on the chilly side for the Salem Spartans. 3 of 14 in the first quarter from the field, 21%, a little better in the second. 5 of 14, turned the heat up, did they? 5 of 14, 36% in the second quarter. 8 of 20 in the first half for Coach Charlie Morgan and the Salem Spartans, 29%. Only 6 of 12 from the charity stripe, 50%. Guys, you got to make your free ones. 2 of 6, 33 in the second. 4 of 6, 67% from the foul line in the first quarter. And the Salem Spartans did not shoot a three-point shot the entire first half. They had 16 first half turnovers. For Archbishop and the Lions, they shoot 46% in the game. 12 of 26 for that 46%. 6 of 11, 55 in the second. 6 of 15, 40 from the floor in the first quarter. 10 of 20. Guys, got to make your free ones. 50% from the charity stripe. But they make 8 of 12, 67 in the second quarter after making only 2 of 6 and 33% in the first quarter. 3 of 7 from three-point range for the Lions, 43% there. 1 of 2 in the second. 2 of 5, 40% in the first quarter for Archbishop Caroll and the Lions, and they had 18 first half turnovers.
So at the half, it's a 15-point game. Archbishop Caroll, who came into the contest at 6-3 on the year, they are up by 15 at 37 to 22. Archbishop Caroll winners over Dobbins Bennett back on Saturday, 67 to 52. Salem, of course, knocking off Greenville the first day here, 55 to 36 back on Saturday. They have a tough mountain to climb if they're going to claw their way back into this one, down 15 here at halftime. If you're just joining us, earlier today it was Greenville downing Dobbins Bennett 79 to 69. Broad Street out of Shelby, Mississippi, down T.W. Josie out of Augusta, Georgia, 46 to 42. And so Greenville and Broad Street will play each other tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the first game. In other action today, it was Jackson out of Massillon, Ohio, knocking off Elizabethton 59-40, and Tennessee High defeated Cherokee by the same margin, 59-40. Jackson will be playing Tennessee High tomorrow at 10:30, and then tomorrow at 12 noon, the loser of this game will play the loser of our second quarterfinal between Science Hill and Daniel Boone. That'll be at noon, and then at 1:30, the loser of the Clinton Cathedral Prep game will play the loser of the White Station Northwest Christian Academy game. That'll be the 1:30 game. Then we'll be taking a little bit of a break. 5:30 tomorrow evening will be the Food Lions Slam Dunk competition. We'll be back on the air at about 6:45 tomorrow evening for the semifinals, which will have the winner of this game against the winner of the Science Hill Daniel Boone game. And the last semifinal scheduled to go at about 8:30 tomorrow night will have the winner of the Clinton Cathedral Prep contest taking on the winner of White Station Northwest Christian at the 8:30 contest. And of course, back here on Thursday, New Year's Eve, we'll have the consolation game at 12 noon, which will have Sullivan East taking on Happy Valley. Then the sixth place game will be at 1:30, which will pit the winner of the Greenville Broad Street game against the winner of the Jackson Tennessee High game. The fifth place game will be at 3 o'clock. We'll take a little bit of a break for the three-point shootout, and then at 5:30 it's the consolation game, and at 7 o'clock Thursday night it's the championship game of the 1998 Arby'S Classic. Once again, it's halftime here in our first quarterfinal of this 1998 Classic, and at the half it is 37-22. Archbishop Caroll leads over Salem here at halftime. We'll be back, but right now let's take another 2-minute timeout. And back here at Viking Hall, we get ready for second half action between Archbishop Caroll and Salem High School. 37-22 in favor of the Caroll Lions, to see who will advance on to tomorrow night's first semifinal game tomorrow night. And it has been all Archbishop Caroll up to this point, as they lead by a count of 37-22. Up next, Science Hill and Daniel Boone, and place starting to fill up a little bit here at Viking Hall. You may want to get in here if you want to have yourself a good seat. Most of the good seats starting to fill up, so you need to get on in here to Viking Hall. And of course, don't forget, this is a two-session day. Tomorrow is a two-session day. We'll have 4 games for you tomorrow, and then we'll take a break. As we said, the slam dunk competition brought to you by Food Lion will be at 5:30 tomorrow evening. We'll be back on the air tomorrow evening. Of course, we'll be on at 9 o'clock in the morning for the 4 games. Take a break. Back with you at 6:45 tomorrow evening for the second session of the day, which will be the 2 semifinal games plus the slam dunk competition. And then it's a 1-session day on Thursday, 5 games, and of course the 3-point shootout as well. So it'll be Archbishop Caroll and Salem getting ready to start the second half. And that is tonight. Matter of fact, 3 bowl games
Started
tonight.
at 4 o'clock today. Somebody came down one to score.
Well, we'll have to try to find out, won't we?
Yeah.
Alabama, Virginia Tech playing this afternoon. Miami, North Carolina State also tonight down in Miami. How convenient for the Hurricanes there. And then Kansas State and Purdue will be playing tonight as well. It will be Caroll with the basketball as they start the second period, or the second half, excuse me. Here's a feed right corner intended for Newsom, knocked away and out of bounds by Villa. So it will be Lions basketball, side front court. Inbounds pass comes in to Adams. Adams will bring it down the right side, picks up his dribble, got away with the travel. Here's Adams looking in for a cutter. Now we'll get it in the middle to Gordon. Gordon will put it on the floor down the right side, throws it back out to Adams. As we're into the second half of play, almost 30 seconds into it. This is Adams dribbling to the right, now coming back to the left, gets in the paint, bobbles it, loses the handle on the basketball, scrapped 4. Loose basketball saved by Gordon, right side of the key, works it across left side. Hawkins for 3, yes.
Hawkins, he can play on the inside, he can play on the outside. Yeah, he'll play all over the floor.
He's got 17. Meanwhile, on the other end, here's Hale laying it up, good, and he was fouled.
Oh, just like that, the Spartans throw it the full end of the floor. They beat the Lions down there again. Hustling back, one of the Lions step in there, and he doesn't get the call. He gets a punishment, and he also gets a foul.
That'll be on Gordon, his first, team's first, and the Spartans showing what they tried to do earlier in this game, and that's get it down the floor. And at the line to shoot will be Travis Hale. Hale's toss is up. Hale's toss is no good. They tap it around, and coming out there with the basketball will be Hawkins. I was sitting here watching Coach Holmes have his discussion with Mr. Adams there. Down the right side, Hawkins shuffles, dribbles it off his foot, saves it, now has the ball knocked away. Villa comes out there with the basketball. Villa will have to slow it up, throws it in the front court, right side to Troy Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. Johnson gets it out to Villa. Villa looking into Hale, who's really dogged by Gordon. And now Villa will back out with the basketball, come right side to Johnson. Back to the backdoor cutting Villa. He will lay it up, wipe it off. Offensive charge Villa.
Villa leaves the floor, stepping up there to plant those feet and take that punishment and get the call. Is Donnell Young again.
On Villa, his third, team's first in this second half. 40-24 in favor of Archbishop Caroll. Here's the throw in, saved by Adams. Adams will bring it into the front court. And again, here's Newsom all alone over here. Nobody looks at him. And now as Brown tries to save it, they're going to say he's on the sideline. I'll tell you what, if I'm Kevin Newsom, I'm totally frustrated. He was wide open down there earlier in the first half, and this time open, nobody looks at him.
I'll tell you more frustrated one. Just now coming back into the game after, what, about a minute and a half in the first half?
Maybe so. Patrick Lawton, the 6'6 junior, will come in to replace Young. Young's hurt. He's holding his lower back. Inbounds pass comes in. This is Lawton right side with the basketball. He'll bounce it into the corner to Adams. Check that. That is Adams. Yes, Adams gets it into Hawkins. Hawkins fakes. May have got away with a double dribble, but they're going to call a foul on a reach in, I believe, on Hale.
Hale reaches in, grabs the ball, but evidently gets part of Hawkins.
Well, no, they're going to say it's not Hale. It's going to be Villa. That's his fourth. Villa's fourth, team foul number 2.
Big foul there for Coach Charlie Morgan and company.
Shiflett will be checking into the lineup for the Spartans, and he's going to have to replace Villa with 6.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Inbounds pass will be triggered in by Adams along the baseline. Yet to get it in. He'll float it out deep to Gordon. Knocked away and stolen. Shiflett out of there with the steal. Throws it in the middle to Brown. He loses the handle on it. Coming out there with it is Gordon. Gordon with the basketball. They'll swing it around and get the ball into Adams' hands. Adams will bring it into the front court down the right side. Hits the trailing Gordon. Back to Adams. To Lawton. Lawton with the basketball between the rings. Comes back right side to Hawkins. Hawkins with the basketball, comes out front Newsom. Newsom picked up by Shiflett. Still with the basketball, bounces it over right side to Gordon. Gordon looks in low to a roaming Lawton. Instead coming out high as Adams head of the key. And right now it looks like the Lions content to just pass it around a little bit and use up some of the clock. No sooner just say that. Adams drives, puts it up and in.
Adams with a quick drive, crossover dribble, take it down the lane as he slides, glides, and rides again.
Here's Shiflett bringing the ball all the way down the left side into the front court. He'll back out and get the ball into the hands of Hale, head of the key. Hale with the basketball. Drives left, goes down low, lays it up, and can't get it to go. Pulled down underneath, put back up. No good by Brown, but he was fouled.
Brown with a great position on the inside after another missed layup by the Spartans. But Brown right there to claim a big board and get hammered from behind, and I think he'll be shooting 2.
Foul is on Gordon. That'll be his second, team second. To the stripe to shoot will be Reggie Brown. Brown will be at the line. Shot in the air by Brown is good. And he'll get another. Toss up by Brown is good. He hits them both. He's got 6, 42-26, 5.5 to go, third quarter. Down the right side with the basketball. Newsom goes all the way down, dishes it to Hawkins for the layup, good.
Newsom makes a play. Hawkins gets a basket. Newsom does a play with a great penetration and a nifty little pass.
Quickly into the front court driving. Johnson lays it up, no good. Pulled down in low by Hale. He'll force it back up and in.
Hale with a big offensive rebound after another missed layup by the Spartans.
And now here's a turnover as Caroll has the ball knocked away, and it's going to say last touch by Caroll. It'll belong to the Spartans underneath their own basket with 5:08 to go, and down to 16 the lead is by Archbishop Caroll. Well, a timeout is called for a moment by the Lions of Caroll, a 20-second break. Let's remind you once again of what we have in store for you this weekend here at WJCW. Now that we've got our schedule all straightened out, Friday it will be a triple header for you. As a bowl triple header, we'll find the Citrus Bowl. We now understand will be starting at 12:45 on Friday. The Citrus Bowl, Michigan and Arkansas, followed by the Rose Bowl and then the Sugar Bowl. Then on Saturday, it's Lady Bucks basketball. That'll be happening at about 1:45 in the afternoon. We'll follow that up with the men's Bucks in action against VMI Saturday night. Then on Sunday, it's an NFL doubleheader, playoff doubleheader, and then, of course, Monday night, the Fiesta Bowl from Tempe. And now Shiflett cannot get the ball in bounds, and he's forced to call a timeout with 5:08 to go, and this one's a 22nd. So while we have a few more moments, don't forget at Fantastic Sports, Stone Drive Kingsport, and also down in Greenville in the Eastgate Center there on Tusculum Boulevard, the original UT store of the Tri-Cities, you'll find 40% off on all clothing for a limited time. So if you are looking for something to celebrate the Vols' appearance in the Fiesta Bowl Monday night or want to show your support for the Vols, you need to get by the location of Fantastic Sports near you and take advantage of the 40% off all clothing for a limited time. So it'll be Salem basketball underneath their own basket with 5:08 to go in this third quarter. It is a 16-point Archbishop Caroll lead. Shiflett will trigger it in. Gets it in left corner to Rutledge. That is Andrew Rutledge, who circles out with the basketball and gets it on the wing to Shiflett for three. Left it short. Rebound pulled out by Hawkins, and they're going to get Reggie Brown coming over the back of Hawkins.
Hawkins this time has a great position on the inside. And the Spartans crash over the top, and all they get for their efforts is a foul.
Haley will check into the lineup, replacing Brown, and here comes Manuel Lewis into the lineup. He will be replacing Hale for the Spartans. 5:01 to go in this third period. It is a 16-point Archbishop Caroll lead. Inbounds pass comes into Adams. Adams in backcourt with the basketball, brings it down the right side into the front court. Adams picked up by Shiflett, gets it to Lawton. Lawton between the rings. Lawton with the basketball, looks left, now bounces it right to Hawkins. Hawkins looks in low, now comes out to Newsom. Newsom thought about it, left side of the key. Now will bounce it across right side to Gordon. A lot of motion here by the Lions. Oh, all alone, there's Newsom again. Driving Gordon, gets it to Newsom. Newsom left side of the key.
Newsom's been lonely all night long, hasn't he?
He has, right side of Lawton. Lawton with the basketball, bounces it to Hawkins, and Hawkins cleared to take the three. Left it short, rebound chased down by Hawkins. Hawkins with the basketball will hand the ball back to Adams. 4:15 to go, third quarter. He'll get the ball to Gordon between the rings. Gordon now works it right side to Hawkins. Hawkins comes back across left side to Lawton. He'll throw up the three. Yes.
Oh, he's 3 out of 3 as he goes downtown. Leroy Brown.
I got to agree with you. Guy's got a silky smooth shot, and why he's not playing more, I can't tell you. Shiflett down the right side, dishes it left side underneath. Lewis laid up, no good, but he was fouled.
Just like that, they beat the Lions back down the floor and get a good look at it. They don't get the basket, but again, we have a foul.
Foul's on Adams. That'll be his third, team's third of the half. And it will belong, or I should say Manuel Lewis will be at the line to shoot two. Lewis, the 6'2 sophomore, tosses up. It is good. Into the lineup comes Calvin Brown for Archbishop Caroll, and now here comes Adam Rutledge into the lineup to replace Andrew Rutledge in the lineup for Salem. And also Demetrius Simons will check in to replace Adams in the lineup for Caroll. And at the line will be Lewis to try to convert the second one. It's up. It is no good. Rebound scrap for. Knocked around. Lewis came down with it, and then as he tries to put it back up, a whistle, and they got a foul call, this time again on Caroll.
Somebody didn't block out. Coach is not very happy about that. Coach Holmes off the bench just spreads his arms and says, guys, somebody needs to step out there.
It's going to go against Hawkins. That'll be his second, team foul number 4. And they say Lewis was not shooting. He was just trying to scrap for the ball, but he was fouled. Inbounds pass will be triggered by Shiflett. And now a timeout is called by the Spartans. And Charlie Morgan say, hey, my guy just got pushed 3 rows in the stands trying to get the inbounds pass. No whistle. 20-second timeout being called by the Spartans here with 3:51 to go in the third quarter. Quick reminder, we told you on Sunday we'll have that NFL doubleheader for you. It begins at 12:15 with New England at Jacksonville in the AFC game. And then what kind of game is this? The second game, Green Bay at San Francisco. They'll be playing each other in the opening round. Green Bay starting to get a little bit healthier with Dorsey Levens coming back, Vonnie Holiday, some other players. San Francisco, of course, the 49ers. And on Saturday, Buffalo will be at Miami and Arizona will be at Dallas. Can the Cowboys beat the Cardinals, a ever-improving football team, 3 times in a row in a season?
And how much of an advantage is it for the Vikings and the Falcons to be off a week?
I'd say this time of year a big advantage, the same way it is for Denver and the New York Jets in the AFC. Gives you a chance to heal a few wounds if you've got any. I don't know if too many of the Vikings have, though. Of course, for Atlanta, it may be that extra week might get Dan Reeves back on the sideline.
And give Chandler. He's been a little nicked and bruised all year long, so give him another week.
Inbounds Lewis. They get it to Shiflett. Corner for 3. Blocked. Getting a hand in there and rejecting it is Newsom out of bounds. And now a technical has been assessed to whom? Technical foul has been assessed to Charlie Morgan.
Is he going to give him the ball back? Coach Morgan has the ball. Oh, yeah, he's going to give it back.
Not sure, but he has assessed Charlie Morgan with the tee. As the ball was swatted away and out of bounds, the tee is slapped on Charlie Morgan, and so on the other end will be Newsom to shoot the 2 technicals. Toss in the air is no good. You might hear I think some of the Science Hill faithful are here pulling for Charlie's basketball team.
I think so.
Which would be expected. Toss is up, toss is good. Newsom hits 1 of 2. He has 4, and now it will be Caroll basketball side court. 48-29. 19-point lead for the Lions.
And as always, the official that calls the technical is not the one that gets an earful. It's one of the other guys that always gets an earful.
It'll be Newsom to trigger it inside court. That's about the 4th technical we've had here today. Inbounds pass comes into Simons in backcourt, really dogged by Johnson with 3:43 to go in the period. Simons will bring it into the front court. Simons, center jump circle, bounces it right side to Hawkins. He'll be picked up by Haley. This is Hawkins dribbling left, dribbling right, and blocked by Haley and fouled by Haley.
A little bit too much pressure out near the midcourt stripe. Put a little body on him and shoved him around a little bit, and another foul.
3rd on Haley and the 5th team foul. Trigger the inbounds pass will be Newsom. Gets it in the backcourt to Simons with 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Simons into the front court. He'll bounce it across right side to Newsom. Newsom with the basketball. Newsom looks left. Now into the cutting goes Hawkins, and they're going to call a 5-second violation on Newsom as he couldn't get rid of the basketball.
And turnover number 4 in the second half. 22 for the game for Archbishop Caroll and the Lions.
Well, an interesting fact, in case you're wondering, we are into the second half of the Arby'S Classic. We are into game 16. There will be 30 when this is all said and done. Don't know why I throw that out at you, but that indeed is where we're at. This
Makes
is
us feel better.
Lewis comes right side to Johnson, gets it down low to Haley, who loses the handle on the basketball. Is going to be saved in the corner by Lewis. Lewis drives baseline, goes all the way underneath, lays it up, misses it. Coming out there with it is Hawkins. How many blown layups is that?
Too many.
Down the right side into the front court. This is driving, laying it up. Simons good.
Simons makes a great play as he weaves his way all the way down the floor as he roars, soars, and scores.
Shiflett into the front court, right side with the basketball off the foot of Calvin Brown, out of bounds. So it'll remain Salem basketball. As into the lineup will be Mark Evans, making his first appearance for the Caroll Lions, the 6'1 junior. By the way, I ate one of those a little while ago after those onions. Here's the give to Shiflett. He'll drive. He'll lay it over to the left side. Going in for the slam will be Dennis Haley, the two-handed ram. Cuts the lead to 19 at 50-31 in backcourt. Simons with the basketball, dogged by Rutledge, brings it down the right side, gets it in the front court. Hawkins intercepted and stolen by Johnson, and Johnson is grabbed by Hawkins.
Another turnover by the Lions. And Coach Holmes off the bench says, guys, we do not need to telegraph those passes. Cannot be lazy with them against this quick Spartan team.
So the foul on Hawkins is his third. It is the team's fifth. Inbounds pass to Shiflett. Has the ball knocked away. Coming out of there with it, Caroll. Long lead pass. Hawkins for the dunk.
Oh, as he slammed, bam, and a jam.
He's got 7, or in this period, that's 21 in the game. 52-31. Into the front court, driving Shiflett. Down low underneath Lewis. Lays it up and gets it to go.
Shiflett makes a play again with a great pass. Takes it down the middle, fades a little bit to the left, fires it to the right, wide open, lay it up and in.
Evans pulls up for a 15-footer baseline, no good. Retrieved by Calvin Brown. He'll put it up, no good. Scramble for the basketball, knocked around. Rutledge chases it, but it's knocked away and out of bounds by Brown for Caroll, and it'll belong to Salem in rear court.
Brown was like, I've just had enough of this. I'm going to knock it into the cheap seats.
Dominique Vini checks into the lineup for Caroll as he replaces Hawkins, who will sit down with 21. 52-33 with 1:51 to go in his third quarter. The winner of this one gets the winner of the Science Hill Daniel Boone game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in our first semifinal. Into the front court with the basketball will be Villa. He'll lob it across right side to Johnson in the corner. This is for 3 from Rutledge. Yes!
Oh, Rutledge with a big basket as he goes downtown for the Spartans.
Adam Rutledge with the tray. 52-36. A minute and a half to go in the period. A little bit of a run here by Salem. The ball knocked away from Lawton. They scrap for it. Lawton comes out of there with it. Lawton will skip it across right side. Evans drives baseline, loses the handle on the basketball, pulls it down, puts it up, can't get it to go. They scrap for the rebound. Out of there with it is Johnson. Johnson down the left side for Salem. Johnson stops. Now he'll put it into gear, go into the paint, has the ball knocked away, saved underneath, put up. No good by Haley, but to go to the line to shoot 2.
Haley gets a little garbage off the deck after the Lions knock it loose down underneath the basket. And again, as you just say, he cannot get it to go in.
Evans first, team foul number 6, but the line to shoot 2 will be Haley. And Salem trying to make a little bit of a run here toward the end of the third quarter. They've trailed by as many as 21. And that was 50-29, so right now it is a 7-2 run by Salem. Trying to claw their way back into this one going into the fourth quarter. Haley eyes the mark and pulls the trigger. The shot by Haley good. Here comes Matthews in for Caroll. Here comes Connor in along with Hale in for Salem. And Haley will be at the stripe to shoot another one. Toss up, toss no good. They scrap for the rebound, lost out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Caroll. It'll belong to Salem underneath their own basket. With 1:06 to go.
They'd make a big 3 here. That'd be a big dent in that 21-point lead, wouldn't it?
V needs to trigger it in. Villa will trigger it in, I should say. Yet to get it in, and there's going to be a foul called on the inbounds on a grab on one of the Lions.
I believe it's Brown reaching out and grabbing somebody.
And it is Brown. That'll be his second. That's the team's 7th. That'll present a 1-and-1.
And when Brown grabs you and holds you, it hurts.
Hale with 7 will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Karima getting ready to check back in. And people still filing in. Viking Hall, the toss up and in by Hale. He'll get the bonus. And they keep clawing their way back. They're within 14 as here comes Karima into the lineup. Actually, according to the PA announcer, it's Karima. I like Karima better.
I do too.
Toss is up. Toss is short. No good. They scrap for it. Coming down there with it will be Lawton. Lawton in the front court. Bounce pass Matthews. Back to the middle. Driving. Putting it up. Blocked away. That was Vini who was putting it up. But there was Connor to knock it away and out of bounds. Stops the clock with 58.9 seconds to go. And to trigger it in will be Simons. Here's the lob in to Karima. They'll swing it around. This is Lawton for three from the left wing. It won't go, but there's Karima to put it up. No good. They scrap for the rebound. Out of there with it is Villa. Long lead pass into the front court. Rutledge loses the handle on it. Chased down and saved by Haley. Haley will force it up and in.
They made a big run. Here they are, just 12 down.
This is an 11-2 run right now by Salem to get it down to a dozen. 42.5 seconds to go in the period. Inbounds pass, lobbed in, saved there Simons. They'll clear the floor and let him work one-on-one on Villa. This is Simons. 37 seconds, 36, 35 as he crosses the time stripe. Simons loses the handle on it, now gets it out to Lawton. Lawton at the center jump circle, dribbles left, dribbles right, now will penetrate. Kicks it on the left wing to Simons for three. Shot by Simons is short, no good. Rebound saved by Rutledge. Rutledge for Salem. Outlet pass down the left side to Connor. A three here definitely makes it interesting. Connor, left wing with the basketball, needs to get rid of it, bounces it out to Villa, has the ball knocked away and out of bounds by Simons. It's going to belong to Salem, side court with 10.3 seconds to go.
And again, two very quick defenses. They've got a lot of hands on a lot of balls here tonight, haven't they?
Inbounds pass to be triggered in by Connor, yet to get it in, now does so in backcourt to Hale. Gets the ball to Rutledge. Rutledge down the right side, he'll pull up, this is for two, it won't go. Rebound knocked away and out of bounds by Connor, and they're going to get Connor coming over the back.
Stepping up there and getting inside position, Matthews for the Lions did a great job of blocking out.
On Connor, that will be his first, the team's sixth, and with 3.6 seconds to go, it will be Lions basketball in rear court. Here's the lob in, saved by Simons. Simons down the right side. Simons throws one up from 40 feet, no good, and that'll be the end of the third period of play. We'll take a 60-second break by telling you the score after three. Archbishop Caroll 52, Salem 40. James, are you there now? Hello, James. James, Jay, who's ever there? Hello. Hey, find me an Alabama-Virginia Tech bowl game score. They just finished the third quarter. This is a 60-second break. So during this next time, run in there and see if you can, or flip it on TV and see if you can find us a Alabama-Virginia Tech score. Started to say 4 seconds were off the clock to start the fourth quarter. 52-40. I started to say 7:56 to go, and I'm going, wait a minute, we haven't played any in the fourth quarter. It will be Salem basketball to start this fourth period, down 12. Inbounds pass comes in to Brown. They get the ball back to Johnson. Oh, what a move by Johnson. Johnson dishes it down low. This is Lewis, and as he twirls, he is going to be grabbed by Newsom. His second, team foul number 8.
Newsom got part of the ball, but also got part of Lewis in the lane.
So that will send Lewis to the line. Let's see what they'll be saying. He's shooting a 1-and-1.
I tell you, they made a great run back, haven't they?
Down 21 or down 12. The toss is good by Lewis. Well, there's always, when you're down by about 20 or so, you start looking at little increments to get it to claw away into. You'd like to get it down to about 10 or less going into the last quarter. They got it to 12, but right now can get it down to 10 and does exactly that 8 seconds into the period. So they're back in this thing, down 10, as there are 7:50 to go in this basketball game. Into the front court, down the right side, this is Simons. Simons looks for a trailer, can't find one, really dogged by Rutledge, and gets the ball out to Adams. Adams with the basketball. Will dribble right to left between the rings and gets it on the wing now to Gordon. Back across right side, Newsom, left side to Hawkins, who in turn hands it to Lawton, who now gets the ball to Gordon, who in turn gives it to Adams. Adams between the rings, penetrates, stops, and pops for a 12-footer. That is no good. Skying for the rebound, Brown. Brown for Salem, outlet pass to Shiflett. Shiflett drives, throws it across court underneath, put up and in by Johnson.
Shiflett again. Tell you, the young man has made some great passing tonight. Here is another one right across the lane, laying up and in.
Here's Shiflett having the ball go off his arm out of bounds in backcourt. This is a 15-2 run by Salem, and Archbishop Caroll wants to take a timeout. 7:05 to go yet in this game, and Archbishop Carroll's 21-point lead is down to 8, and it's a full timeout. We'll take a 60-second break. Timeout with the score. Archbishop Caroll 52, Salem 44. I don't know who's carrying that bowl game. Probably ESPN or somebody.
ESPN or Sports South, probably.
Nah, Sports South don't get any bowl games.
They don't.
They're not a national network. .05 to go in the game, and a 21-point lead by Archbishop Caroll is down to 8. And all of a sudden, Salem is back in this thing. They get it into Lawton. Lawton double teamed. He'll lob it back to Newsom, who gets it to Adams, and Adams will bring it into the front court down the left side. Adams with the basketball, guarded by Johnson. Dog there, throws it across right side. Nice save by Newsom. He'll come over to Gordon. Gordon with the basketball. Takes it left to right, picked up defensively by Brown. He'll bounce it to Lawton. Somewhere along the line, here's a feed down low to Adams, and he's going to be fouled by Johnson.
Adams with a great cut. Nice pass from Lawton, way out on top of the key. Threads the needle down underneath the basket. And are they shooting one plus?
I had that as a 17 foul in this half. They say it's the 6th. So there you have it. Inbounds pass underneath to Gordon, who puts it up no good, but he was fouled as he went.
Now they'll shoot two.
They will now for sure. This one's going to be against Reggie Brown. It's going to be his third, and Gordon will go the line to shoot a pair, and he's 1 of 2 from there tonight. As we said, this is a 15-2 run. Since it was 50-29, that's now 52-44. Toss is in the air. Toss is no good. Into the lineup comes Dennis Haley for Salem to replace Reggie Brown. The winner back here to play in the semifinals tomorrow night at 7. The loser will be playing the noon game. Toss is up. Left this one short. Tipped up by Lawton. No good. They scrap for it. Somehow Newsom comes down with it. Gets it to Hawkins, who has it go off his knee out of bounds.
Another offensive rebound, but another turnover. That's only 6 in the second half, but 24 for the game for the Lions. So
it will be Spartans basketball, and it will be Shiflett who will bring it down the left side into the front court. Shiflett, 52-44. Archbishop Caroll down 8. Or excuse me, up 8. Salem down 8. Right side, Haley with the basketball. Gets it in the middle, Shiflett. Dishes it down low, Lewis for the layup. Good.
Another great pass, Shiflett. He played himself a great game. I wonder how many assists he has, 7 or 8 at least.
Great unselfish play. Pulling up and popping. This is Newsom leaving it short, followed by Hawkins. No good. Kept alive down low by Lewis, but chased and retrieved by Newsom for Caroll. He'll get the ball out to Adams. We've played 2 minutes of this fourth quarter. It is a 6-point game. Circling around to the left. Here's the feed. Hawkins throwing away out of bounds. Yet another turnover.
And Spartans right back in the thick of things.
A 17-2 run has trimmed it to 6 with 6 minutes to go. A 21-point lead is virtually evaporated for the Lions basketball team. This is Johnson out high with the basketball. Left side, Shiflett knocked away and stolen. Adams will go all the way down. Good, and he was fouled.
As he steals, wheels, and deals for the Lions. Big play in this basketball game.
Johnson out of frustration. He was the one that threw the ball that was intercepted, and it was Adams who goes coast to coast and gets fouled from behind by Johnson. Well, that snaps the streak. As at the line to shoot will be Demeek Adams. He's got 6 on the evening, and will try to push the lead back to 9. Toss up, no good. Rebound scrap for, and finally coming out there with it will be Lewis for the Spartans. Left side, this is, oh, what a pass. Shiflett to the driver, laying it up against Haley.
Oh, Shiflett with another great pass as they take it to the bank. And the Spartans, oh boy, are they on a roll.
The Lions want a timeout, and a TO, a 20-second timeout, is taken by Caroll with 5.5 minutes to go in this basketball game, 54-48. Wondering how this game and how the others will stack up tonight. You get the feeling they are going to be some good ones. And one thing that has hurt this Lions team, as you look down, Donnell Young, who is a starting guard for this team, is still hobbling quite noticeably on that left foot and holding his lower back. So it's obvious that Young is in a lot of pain. It's obvious he's had an ice pack under his lower back.
Yeah.
And he is still reaching back there. He's hurting. And there's nothing worse than a lower back pain.
You can identify with that, can't you?
You bet. Nothing quite as debilitating. 5.5 minutes to go. It has been a long road back for Salem, who trailed by 21. But they now have got it to 6. And are right smack dab back in the middle of this thing.
5:31 left. Anybody's ball game. That's all you can ask.
And the crowd still filing in. Inbounds pass comes into Adams. Adams in backcourt has the ball knocked away by Rutledge, and they're going to call the foul on the reach in by Andrew Rutledge. It'll be a 1-and-1 on the other end for Adams.
And at the stripe in the second half, I have the Lions only 1 out of 5.
You got it. So Demeek Adams to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
So they made 11 of 25 on the game.
Toss in the air. It is good by Adams. He now has 7, looking for 8. And the second one is in the air. No good. Rebound, though, by Hawkins. He'll force it up from in front. Good!
Hawkins with a big offensive rebound. Might have got away with a little push to get position, but he takes it to the bank nonetheless.
Pushes the lead back out to 9. And now away from the play, a whistle, and they've got a double dribble on Rutledge. Big turnover there.
Big turnover. Only 5 in the second half. 21 for the game.
By the way, Hawkins bucking a minute ago, his first of the fourth quarter. He now has 23. Inbounds pass comes in to Gordon. He'll hand the ball back to Adams. 5:13 to go in the basketball game. It's a 9-point Archbishop Caroll lead. Into the front court with it is Lawton. Goes right side to Gordon. Gordon with the basketball. Comes across left side now to Newsom. Newsom bounces across right side to Hawkins. Hawkins looks left, still with the basketball. Now we'll work it to Newsom. Newsom with 4:45 to go in the game. Gets it out front to Lawton. Lawton with the basketball. Works it back across now to Gordon. Gordon with it left side of the key. Bounces across the right side now to Adams. Adams with the basketball. Adams still with it. Adams has Gordon all alone over here in the left side. Now we'll work it to Gordon at the center jump circle. Dogged there by Haley. This is still dribbling the basketball. Gordon, who then has it knocked away and out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon, out of bounds.
Indeed so. He just dribbled around out there, and the quickness of the Spartans get a hand on it, knock it loose, take it the other way.
I'll tell you right now, I felt that one that Gordon had as he tumbled to the floor. May have popped that chin a little one. Here's Rutledge to trigger it in. Does so to Villa, who's checked back in. Villa with the basketball. Villa comes left side to Hale, who's back in against a zone. Would appear to be a 1-3-1. Villa, left side, Rutledge. Bounces it in the corner to Hale. Hale back to Rutledge. Rutledge with the basketball, floats it across right side to Andrew Rutledge. Back to Adam Rutledge in the paint. Double clutch 12-footer, yes.
Oh, great movement of the ball. Great movement without the ball. Rutledge in the lane, finds the open area, gets it to go down.
57-50, and here will be a foul called, maybe on Villa, and if it is, that will be his 5th. It is Villa, and let's see. And it is his 5th. So Villa will foul out of this basketball game, having scored 4 here this evening. And with 3:54 to go in the game and a 7-point Lion lead, Coach Charlie Morgan will have to make a substitution.
Bring Shiflett back. All he did was bring you back from a 21-point deficit.
They were down 21. They clawed their way back to within 6 at 54-48. It's now back to 7. And sure enough, Coach Overby calls it as Shiflett will check in.
Well, it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out.
And it will be at the line, Adams to shoot 2. It is 10 fouls now on the Spartans, so Adams will get 2 opportunities. Demeek Adams, who is 1 of 3 from the line tonight's toss, drops. He now has 8, as into the lineup for the Lions comes Xavier Lataya to replace what looks to be a wore-out Cody Gordon. And the second toss is good by Adams. He hits them both. The lead is back to 9 at 59-50. Inbounds pass Rutledge. This is Andrew Rutledge. Long lead pass Adam Rutledge. It's going to be too long and out of bounds.
Turnover number 6, and it's a big one with 3:49 left.
59-50.
That's 6 in the second half. 22 for the game.
Trigger the inbounds will be Young. Young yet to get it in. Lobs it in now to Lawton. Long lead pass Newsom back in the middle to Adams, and Adams will just back out of there with it. 59-50 the score. Adams all the way back to the center jump circle. Adams comes back across right side to Young, who's back in the lineup for Caroll. He'll split the defenders, kicks it back now to Hawkins, who will back out with the basketball. 3:28 to go. Hawkins dribbling around to the right. Gets it on the wing to Lawton. He thinks about it and throws up the 3. No good. Rebound tapped out. It's going to be chased down and saved by Andrew Rutledge. This is Adam Rutledge, who gets it down low, reversing it. Brown gets it to go.
Oh, Brown with a little showtime at the Classic. Take it up on one side of the basket, all the way underneath. Lay it up and in.
59-52. Here's Lawton down low, driving. Hawkins lays it up, wipe it off. Offensive charge, Hawkins.
Oh, big turnaround, and here come the Spartans again. Who did the stepping up and planting those feet and taking the punishment?
I'm not really sure. Might have been Hale 44. But none the same.
Somebody did.
Somebody did.
And turnover number 9 in the second half. 27 for the game for the Archbishop Lions.
And now I believe we're going to have a foul called here. No, this may be just a little bit of a warning. Or are they going to assess the foul on Rutledge?
I think the officials just checked to see if we had the same call.
No, they have assessed the foul on Adam Rutledge. That's his 4th. He did use his shoulder to shove off trying to get position, and they've assessed the foul on Rutledge, and shooting 2 will be Newsom, I do believe. Rutledge did take his shoulder, buried it into the chest of Newsom, and pushed off. And that's the kind of mistake you don't make. The toss is up. The toss is good by Newsom. And he will get another. So instead of it being 59-52 and a chance to maybe to cut it to 4 with a 3, it's now pushed back to 8 and maybe 9 if Newsom hits this one, which he does not do. Coming out there with it will be Brown. Reggie Brown, long lead pass to Hale. Hale gets underneath. He'll put it up. Hale will go in and out. No good. They scrap for the rebound. Out of there with it, Lawton. Lawton, long lead pass. Hawkins down the right side. Hawkins with the basketball. Hawkins kicks it back to Adams. Adams, right to left between the rings, goes left wing to Lawton, who gets it down low to Hawkins. Hawkins with the basketball, bounces it out, intercepted by Brown. He'll throw it into the front court. It'll be chased down by Johnson for the layup. Good.
What a play, Brown. He just throws it back in play and lets somebody run it down. The Spartans run it down and get a layup.
It's back down to 6 with 2:24 to go. Here's the lead pass to Lawton into the front court right corner. Lawton gets it back out to Adams. Adams dogged there by Brown, bounces it in the corner to Newsom. Newsom will back out with the basketball along the sideline. 2:09 to go. This is Newsom coming now to Lawton left side. Back now to Adams between the rings. He'll come left side to Young. Young with the basketball. Double team, works it across now to Lawton, throws it down low to Newsom. Newsom will put it up and in.
Oh, Newsom gets a basket. Lawton makes a play with a great pass. Right on the money from about 25, 30 feet away.
62-54. Right side Johnson. Johnson gets it out front Brown. Brown with the basketball. Backdoor cutting Rutledge gets the feed. He'll reverse it underneath. Good.
Oh, both teams heating it up now, making some great passes, making some great moves.
Adam Rutledge with his 11th point, and a timeout is called by Salem. I do believe it is the 22nd variety with 1:38 to go in the contest. And now let's see. No, it appears it is going to be a full timeout. 1:38 to go. We'll take a 60-second break. It's Archbishop Caroll 62, Salem 56. Found that score yet, James? Gotcha. I don't know who's carrying it, if ESPN's carrying it or who. Maybe TBS?
Ten to 7.
But he said Alabama, and he got to tell him it's Virginia Tech.
Hokies. Hokies.
Yeah. A what? No, why? No. All right. It will be in the backcourt with the basketball. Caroll, the Lions, down the right side into the front court. They'll get it over to Adams. Adams has to chase it down on the pass from Lawton. This is Adams, by the way, at the half at the Music City Bowl in Nashville. Alabama and Virginia Tech in front 10 to 7. Here's a feed down to Newsom. Newsom kicks it back out. Now they're working to the center jump circle. This is Adams with the basketball, a 6-point game. 2-possession contest. Right side with it. They'll throw it out now to Lawton, loses a handle on it, saves it, gets it down low to Young, and Young wisely, man, got away with the travel. Wisely will kick it back out to Hawkins. Hawkins double team. Hawkins dogged by Lewis, gets it in the middle, and coming out with the basketball will be Newsom, who gets the ball to Adams, who then gets fouled by Shiflett.
Did a great job of protecting the basketball, and indeed it might have got away with the travel, but they indeed did so. Took a lot of time off the clock and ended up with a foul, and they go to the strike.
And Adams will be at the line to shoot 2. The Music City Bowl, the Micron PC Bowl being played tonight down in Miami, involving the Miami Hurricanes. Nothing like being able to play in your home field in the bowl game. The toss is up by Adams good, although I believe they're playing at Pro Player Stadium instead of the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, across the street.
Well, thereabouts. Rutledge is in the lineup to replace Connor. And later on tonight, it's the Alamo Bowl. I do not believe I want to be in Purdue's shoes tonight for some odd reason. The toss is up. Toss is good by Adams. And again, maybe I would. Depends on the mindset of the Kansas State Wildcats. Inbounds pass comes into Shiflett, the lead 8 again. This is Shiflett pulling up and popping for 3. Yes!
Oh, Shiflett's been a man alive for Coach Charlie Morgan and the Spartans.
And a timeout is called by the Spartans with 47.2 seconds to go in the contest, cutting the lead to 5, and now this is the closest it has been at 64 to 59. A 5-point game, 47.2 seconds to go. And it's been quite a comeback by this Salem team, who at one time trailed by 21 points, 50 to 29 in the third quarter.
Well, they started making some of those shots that they were getting some good looks at, and maybe they're just getting used to this gym. Once they do, I tell you, the way they play defense, they could be a force, couldn't they?
Coming up next, Science Hill will take on Daniel Boone. The gym packed to the rafters here, well, at least on the sides. But another good crowd on hand here at the Arby'S Classic.
People still filing in.
We'll follow that up with what I think is going to be, and I think all 4 of these games, guys, are going to be good, but boy, the last 2. Clinton against Cathedral Prep. By the way, one of Cathedral Prep's best players we found out today, not here with the team. He's on vacation in the Bahamas.
Can't blame him for that.
Simon Jones. And then White Station will take on Northwest Christian Academy out of Miami. Inbounds pass comes into Adams. Dog has the ball knocked away but safe. Coming into the front court down the left side will be Matthews, and then Matthews is going to be fouled.
Had a wide open Hawkins underneath the basket. Just never did see him. And before he could ever get it down there, the Spartans send him to the strike.
It'll be on Hale. That'll be his first. Team foul, well, it really doesn't matter. It's a 2-shot opportunity coming up for Dustin Matthews, as it is the super bonus. 2 shots coming up. Dustin Matthews, 6-foot junior. Eyes the mark, tosses in the air. It's good. He's got 6. The lead is back to 6. And here's a big free throw coming up for Matthews. As into the lineup comes Lewis to replace Hale. So Dustin Matthews trying to convert. His toss is up, and it is no good. They scrap for the rebound. It's saved by Haley. Outlet pass to Shiflett. Shiflett down the right side, pulls up, pops the 3. Bang!
And it goes downtown. Leroy Brown, a and they're right there.
3-point game. Lead pass into the front court, and there will be Shiflett fouling Newsom. It's a 3-point game. It's 65-62. Nobody picked Shiflett up. He just took it down the right side, stopped and popped and drained it.
Way out on the floor.
To the line will be Newsom to shoot 2 with 30, make that 26.7 seconds to go.
Tell you, if nothing else, Shiflett has earned more playing time tonight, hasn't he?
You would think. At the line to shoot, the toss up by Newsom, yes.
Oh, he's got ice water in his veins as he steps up there with a game on the line.
He's got 8. The lead is 4. Toss is in the air. The toss is up, and the toss is no good. Rebound pulled out by Haley. Gets the ball to Shiflett. Well, they don't necessarily need a 3 here. This is Shiflett. Throwing it up, a prayer off the glass, no good. Coming out with the rebound is Matthews. Long lead pass, intercepted and stolen. Haley with the basketball. They don't need a 3, and now Haley loses the handle. It's stolen by Hawkins. Hawkins to the hole.
Oh, what a dash, what a smash. Whoa, boy.
Hawkins with the dunk. Inbounds pass comes in to Rutledge. He's going to be fouled by Newsom with 3.1 seconds to go. But the slam by Hawkins, he got up so high and got tangled up in the webbing for a moment. After the dunk, he actually fell to the floor, but he's all right. And it would be appearing that Archbishop Caroll is going to advance to the semifinals, but not after a gallant effort by this Salem basketball team.
Indeed, a gallant effort indeed. A lot of teams, when you're down 21, fold their tent and go to the house.
As at the line to shoot will be Rutledge. Toss is in the air by Rutledge, and it is good. As here comes into the lineup Brown and Gordon and Hale. Brown and Gordon for the Lions, Hale for the Spartans. This is about as big a rally as we've seen here since the year that Science Hill played Augusta Westside and was down 18 at the half and came back and lost by only a point. Rutledge will be at the line. That was 4 years ago. Toss in the air by Rutledge is good. He hits them both.
I tell you, we've had a run on the pass gate, haven't we, or the front gate. Look at the people coming in here. Must have just got through dinner.
Here's a foul in backcourt. It's going to be on. Trying to see who the foul was on. I believe they're going to say Shiflett, and it is Shiflett picking up his 3rd. And at the line to shoot 2 will be Adams, who's been there, might as well should have camped out there this 4th quarter. He's already attempted 7 in this period from the charity stripe. 2.1 seconds to go. Toss is up, toss is good. What a rally by Salem to come from 21 down to get it to 3. The toss is up, toss is good. He hit them both. Demeek Adams with both of them. Inbounds past Rutledge. Rutledge will throw up a 75-footer, and that'll be the end of this basketball game. We will take a 2-minute break, a 2-minute timeout by telling you the final score in our first quarterfinal is Archbishop Caroll 70, Salem 64.